How good is your history knowledge? Test yourself with this 40-question quiz and see how many you can get right. Stay until the end and comment your score to challenge others. Ready? Let's begin. Which ancient civilization is known for creating the first known form of written language? Sumerians, Egyptians, or Greeks? Sumerians. Did you know? The Sumerians developed cuneiform writing in Mesopotamia around 3500 BCE, considered the first written language. What was the primary purpose of Egyptian pyramids? Tombs for pharaohs, temples for gods, or fortresses for defense? Tombs for pharaohs. Did you know? Egyptian pyramids, particularly the Great Pyramid of Giza, were built as tombs to honor and protect pharaohs in the afterlife. Who is considered the father of modern philosophy? René Descartes, Aristotle, or Immanuel Kant? René Descartes. Did you know? René Descartes' famous quote, "Cogito, ergo sum, I think, therefore I am," established the basis of modern philosophy and epistemology. What was the main focus of the Renaissance in Europe? The revival of classical learning and culture, the spread of Christianity, or the development of new technologies? The revival of classical learning and culture. Did you know? The Renaissance was a cultural movement that revived the art, philosophy, and literature of ancient Greece and Rome. What is the term used to describe the cultural flourishing in the Islamic world during the Middle Ages? The Islamic Golden Age, the Enlightenment, or the Renaissance? The Islamic Golden Age. Did you know? The Islamic Golden Age, 8th to 14th century, saw advances in science, mathematics, medicine, and culture across the Islamic world. What is the cultural significance of the Taj Mahal? A symbol of love and a mausoleum, a place of worship, or a royal palace? A symbol of love and a mausoleum. Did you know? The Taj Mahal, built by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan, is a symbol of love and an architectural masterpiece, housing the tomb of his wife Mumtaz Mahal. Who was the famous philosopher known for his theory of the social contract? Jean-Jacques Rousseau, Karl Marx, or Thomas Hobbes? Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Did you know? Rousseau's theory of the social contract argued that individuals should agree to be governed by the general will of the people. What was the main idea of the Enlightenment thinkers? The importance of reason, science, and individual rights, the need for absolute monarchies, or the focus on religious traditions? The importance of reason, science, and individual rights. Did you know? The Enlightenment was a cultural movement that emphasized reason, individual rights, and scientific knowledge over tradition and superstition. Who was the Italian artist famous for his fresco The Creation of Adam? Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, or Raphael? Michelangelo. Did you know? Michelangelo painted The Creation of Adam on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican, one of the most iconic works of the Renaissance. What movement in the 18th century emphasized the importance of individual rights and liberty? The Enlightenment, the Reformation, or the Renaissance? The Enlightenment. Did you know? The Enlightenment was an intellectual movement that advocated for reason, personal liberty, and the separation of church and state. Who is known for his work in the field of astronomy and his support of the heliocentric theory? Galileo Galilei, Isaac Newton, or Albert Einstein? Galileo Galilei. Did you know? Galileo improved the telescope and provided evidence supporting the heliocentric theory, which proposed that the Earth orbits the Sun. Which philosopher is known for his categorical imperative and ideas on moral philosophy? Immanuel Kant, John Locke, or Friedrich Nietzsche? Immanuel Kant. Did you know? Kant's categorical imperative is a principle that people should act according to rules that can be universally applied. Which famous Renaissance artist is known for his painting The Last Supper? Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, or Raphael? Leonardo da Vinci. Did you know? Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper is one of the most iconic paintings, depicting the moment when Jesus announces one of his disciples will betray him. What was the central idea of humanism during the Renaissance? Emphasizing the potential and achievements of humans, focusing on religious doctrines, or promoting the monarchy system? Emphasizing the potential and achievements of humans. Did you know? Humanism focused on the potential of individuals and emphasized education, arts, and the study of classical texts from ancient Greece and Rome. Which intellectual movement challenged the Catholic Church and led to the rise of Protestantism? The Reformation, the Renaissance, or the Enlightenment? The Reformation. Did you know? The Reformation, led by Martin Luther, challenged the authority of the Catholic Church and led to the establishment of Protestant churches. Which French philosopher wrote Candide, satirizing society and religion? Voltaire, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, or Denis Diderot? Voltaire. Did you know? Candide is one of Voltaire's most famous works, using satire to critique religion, government, and societal norms. What was the significance of the invention of the printing press during the Renaissance? It made books more affordable and accessible, spreading knowledge. It created the first books in Latin, or it advanced the study of anatomy. It made books more affordable and accessible, spreading knowledge. Did you know? The printing press allowed for mass production of books, increasing literacy and the spread of new ideas throughout Europe. Who is known for his theory of the invisible hand in economics? Adam Smith, Karl Marx, or John Maynard Keynes? Adam Smith. Did you know? Adam Smith's theory of the invisible hand argued that individuals acting in their own self-interest unintentionally contribute to the economic well-being of society. Who was the leader of the French Revolution and the creator of the Reign of Terror? Maximilien Robespierre, Louis XVI, or Napoleon Bonaparte? Maximilien Robespierre. Did you know? Robespierre was a key leader in the French Revolution, overseeing the Reign of Terror, which was marked by widespread executions of perceived enemies of the revolution. What artistic movement focused on dramatic and emotional expression, often seen in works like The Night Watch by Rembrandt, Baroque, Rococo, or Neoclassicism? Baroque. Did you know? Baroque art, characterized by intense emotion and dramatic use of light, was prominent in Europe during the 17th century. Which famous artist painted the School of Athens? Raphael, Leonardo da Vinci, or Michelangelo? Raphael. Did you know? The School of Athens by Raphael represents the gathering of classical philosophers, symbolizing the Renaissance's revival of ancient ideas. Who wrote the Divine Comedy, an epic poem that influenced Renaissance thought? Dante Alighieri, Petrarch, or Giovanni Boccaccio? Dante Alighieri. Did you know? The Divine Comedy is a long poem that describes Dante's journey through hell, purgatory, and paradise, and deeply influenced Western literature. Which scientific discovery during the Renaissance had a significant impact on astronomy? Heliocentric theory, the telescope, or the theory of gravity? Heliocentric theory. Did you know? The heliocentric theory, proposed by Copernicus, revolutionized our understanding of the universe by placing the sun at the center instead of the earth. Which artist is famous for his David sculpture, symbolizing the Renaissance's focus on the human form? Michelangelo, Donatello, or Leonardo da Vinci? Michelangelo. Did you know? Michelangelo's David is a masterpiece that showcases Renaissance ideals of human beauty and anatomical precision. What was the main idea of the Enlightenment philosophers? Reason, individual rights, and the importance of scientific inquiry. Divine monarchy, or the need for religious conformity? reason, individual rights, and the importance of scientific inquiry. Enlightenment thinkers believed in reason, scientific method, and the idea that individuals should have rights and freedom from oppressive authorities. Who is known as the father of modern philosophy for his work Discourse on Method? René Descartes, John Locke, or Immanuel Kant? René Descartes. Did you know? Descartes' method of doubt and his famous phrase, cogito, ergo sum, laid the foundation for modern philosophical thought. What is the primary focus of humanism during the Renaissance? The potential and value of human beings, religious faith, or the promotion of monarchies? The potential and value of human beings. Did you know? Humanism during the Renaissance emphasized the study of classical texts and the belief in the potential and dignity of individual human beings. Which philosopher's work led to the development of social contract theory and the idea of democracy? John Locke, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, or Thomas Hobbes? John Locke. Did you know? John Locke argued that governments should protect people's natural rights and that political power comes from the consent of the governed. Which of these writers is known for satirizing society and religion in works like Candide, Voltaire, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, or Denis Diderot? Voltaire. Did you know? Voltaire used humor and satire to criticize the social, political, and religious issues of his time in Candide and other writings. Which Renaissance artist painted The Birth of Venus, a masterpiece of classical mythological themes? Sandro Botticelli, Leonardo da Vinci, or Raphael? Sandro Botticelli. Did you know? The Birth of Venus by Botticelli is a famous Renaissance painting that celebrates classical beauty and mythology. Which artist is known for sculpting the Pietà, a depiction of the Virgin Mary holding the body of Jesus? Michelangelo, Donatello, or Raphael? Michelangelo. Did you know? Michelangelo's Pietà is a stunning marble sculpture housed in St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City. Who wrote The Republic, a philosophical work discussing justice and the ideal state? Plato, Aristotle, or Socrates? Plato. Did you know? In The Republic, Plato explores the nature of justice and the idea of the ideal city-state, influencing political philosophy for centuries. Which invention by Johannes Gutenberg helped spread knowledge across Europe during the Renaissance? The printing press, the telescope, or the microscope? The printing press. Did you know? Gutenberg's invention of the printing press made it possible to mass-produce books, helping to spread ideas quickly throughout Europe. Who was the English playwright and poet known for works like Hamlet and Macbeth? William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe, or Geoffrey Chaucer? William Shakespeare. Did you know? William Shakespeare's works, including tragedies like Hamlet and Macbeth, have had a lasting impact on literature and the English language. What did the Renaissance and Enlightenment movements have in common? Both focused on humanism and the development of reason and science. Both promoted religious conformity, or both focused on feudalism. Both focused on humanism and the development of reason and science. Both the Renaissance and the Enlightenment promoted the value of human reason, individual rights, and scientific exploration. Who is known as the father of modern chemistry? Antoine Lavoisier, Isaac Newton, or Dmitri Mendeleev? Antoine Lavoisier. Did you know? Antoine Lavoisier's work on the conservation of mass and the role of oxygen in combustion laid the foundation for modern chemistry. What was the Enlightenment idea of separation of powers? Dividing government into branches to prevent any one branch from becoming too powerful, limiting the rights of the people, or strengthening the monarchy. Dividing government into branches to prevent any one branch from becoming too powerful. The idea of separation of powers, introduced by Montesquieu, greatly influenced the development of modern democratic governments. Which famous Renaissance artist was known for his work Vitruvian Man? Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, or Raphael? Leonardo da Vinci. Did you know? Vitruvian Man by Leonardo da Vinci is a famous drawing that explores the proportions of the human body and its relation to geometry. Who was the leader of the Reformation, criticizing the Catholic Church's practices in the 16th century? Martin Luther, John Calvin, or Henry VIII? Martin Luther. Did you know? Martin Luther's 95 Theses, posted in 1517, sparked the Reformation and led to the formation of Protestant denominations. Which philosophy promoted the use of reason and logic to achieve knowledge during the Enlightenment? Rationalism, empiricism, or pragmatism? Rationalism. Did you know? Rationalism, championed by thinkers like René Descartes, held that reason and logic were the primary sources of knowledge, rather than sensory experience. Thank you. See you next time. Goodbye.